Alright guys, RoKage here and welcome back to the brand new video. Here we are again on Tower of God New World. Finally, we're gonna start doing the tier list. Have in mind, take this tier list with grain of salt. This is the combination of my thinking, community's thinking, discussions. I tested a few units, I didn't test it each SSR, but pretty much we know roughly which characters are better than the others. I will try to keep it short, but most likely I won't, because some of the characters I will still analyze on this video, okay? So this will be an SSR tier list. We won't go into God tier currently nor anything. We're gonna just simply put them in S, A, B, C, D. Maybe some of the tiers I won't even use now. So this is like initial early game Tower of God New World tier list. Please leave a like, it will help a ton. Subscribe with notifications on and leave a comment with your opinion. You can say, yo RoKage, I disagree, you don't know shit. For example, you know, don't say it exactly like that, but you know, it's fine, we can have a discussion, and when we do those things we're gonna learn even more about the game. So anyways, let me not complicate things. The next video will be the best SSR plus characters. I will make the tier list in my eyes, which is the better than the other. And that's pretty much it. So we're gonna leave it for the next one, but let we start. Here on the right I have the pretty much the list of all SSR characters right here, or even better, we can check out how the characters are looking maxed out. Although since now it's an early game, okay, it really doesn't matter. We won't be focused on the multipliers, we'll be more focused on the characters itself, what they're capable of. So let me start with the characters I am using. And by the way, I will make a separate video about this guy, but him, I still didn't test him out properly. I will, but Shibisu is one of the best support buffers for your yellow team. He's incredible for that, have in mind. So look, he then commands all allies to attack the card, blah 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 blah. Shibisu increases the attack of yellow allies by 60% at the start of the battle. That is really good, and he does a lot of things like stunning, but this energy recovery, like he can do cons pretty much if you have him not fully built up, but if you have the right gears on him and everything else, and if depends where you at with your progress, but you will see that his he decreases energy recovery by 50%. That is something what makes like enemies go weaker and weaker. And also, he recovers 100% of energy if the target is defeated by attack. Now, we're gonna read this fully in a moment, but I'm just saying this guy is a monster and he's capable of having like a lot of energy, and then he also decreases the energy. Shibisu, I will start with him just because this is something new and I want you to know. S tier, okay? S tier. Now, some obvious things. Hatz is S tier. Definitely one of the best short-range DPS characters in the game, so we can discuss a little bit about him. One second, let me go like this. So Hatz, skill, I played always in full screen, so this is like a little bit different for me. So let me just increase this so you see it properly. Ignore the sound. Hatz runs towards the enemy, slash them in a fan-shaped area, dealing 500% of his attack as a guaranteed critical hit and knocking them back. Guaranteed critical hit. Okay, and this is now, okay, this is like level 1, but like I said, ignore multipliers for now. Hatz strengthens his two-handed grip and slashes his sword, blah blah blah. The strike deals this amount of damage as a guaranteed critical hit and jolts them. This guy is crazy DPS, using both of his swords. Then we have this highest flying sword to block base's attacks and uses the lowest flying sword to deal 200% of his attack as damage to the nearby enemy. Again, you can see with that, Hatz basic attack damage increased by 100% for 10 seconds. So he also buffs himself. And now the passive, increasing critical hit rate by 8%, his swiftness increases by 20 for 5 seconds, and he recovers 40% of his max HP upon landing a critical hit. Swiftness, it's pretty much speed, how fast it's doing certain attacks. Now there is somewhere in the game, I cannot remember now precisely, but I saw the action. Oh, here it is. Great. So effects, skill cooldowns, and the speed at which basic attacks. I was right, it's fine. I was thinking this is speed, but this is actually EVA. Is affects the chance enemies attack will miss then when you attack. It's like a dodge. Okay, definitely guys, S tier because how good he is in his surroundings in a sense of DPS. But I am like double thinking that now. Like, don't get me wrong, he is surely one of the best DPS. But just because he dies a little bit too quickly, maybe A tier or A plus tier. What do you say? I will delete the D tier. I won't need it. And here I will put A plus. Maybe I need to test him out a little. Like, don't get me wrong, like top tier DPS, one of the characters that you should get in the beginning. It will help you a ton, but he needs that help from others in a sense of support. He is not a tanky guy, but in the right strategy he can be like top tier. But I will leave him an A plus. Initial tier list, take it with a grain of salt. I already talked about that, you know. Endorsi, also A plus. Amazing AoE attacker, more precisely assassin. So let me go right here in the skills. Endorsi jumps towards the enemy with Bong Bong, dealing 200% of her attack as damage and knocking them down. Endorsi becomes invincible while using this skill. So why? Because she jumps up and no one can touch her. And then we have she pierces through nearby enemies, dealing 100% of her damage as a damage 3 times. Pierce enemy bleed, taking 60% of Endorsi attack as damage every second. So she's inflicting that bleed, that's why she's assassin. And listen to this. Flies with Bong Bong as the damage to the enemy with the lowest defense in the back row. The target is knocked down for 2 seconds and cannot recover energy for 5 seconds. Endorsi becomes immune to status effects while using this skill. My bad, before somewhere I said I misread that or misunderstood that she cannot be like killed, but that's not true. So she's just immune to status effect. Okay, good that I read this. Oh no, here it is. If Endorsi is the first to take fatal damage in battle, she teleports back to her starting position with Bong Bong to 6% of her max HP. Now this problem, like, you really want to build up her passive to work properly, because you want a bigger heal, or she dies really quickly after that revive. For now, like A plus and S tier are really good characters. Now let me go back a little bit to Shibisu, just so you know why I put him here and why he's so valuable. Shibisu decreases the physical and magic resistance of the enemy with the lowest HP. He then commands all allies to attack the target. This is amazing. Shibisu recovers 100% energy if the target is defeated by attack. So Shibisu will need also that other characters, but he's a support, but he's a freaking amazing support because of that. Okay, throws bomb, attack to damage, decreasing energy recovery for the enemies, like I already said, stun right here, and then buff. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Bomb will also go into S tier in my eyes. So let's discuss. I'm trying to beat 436, but I'm like 10k difference, so I'll just need to wait a little bit longer to defeat that. or I will try to find some miracle strategy. A ban ignites this and that, dealing this amount of damage, highest attack. In addition, he stuns, decreases their energy, you know. Next 5 basic attacks are enhanced to Black Marsh slashes, increasing his attack coefficient by 110%. Now Bomb and Shibisu can work well together. Like, no joke, they can. They can. Both yellow characters, they will work together like a charm. Ban becomes immune, so he has immunity, infuses it into ally with the highest attack. Infused ally recovers energy, so he's also that kind of buffer of the energy and everything else. Plus he does really good damage. Okay, listen to this. Ban subconsciously imitates Shisu every 5 seconds after the start of the battle, restoring the energy of nearby allies by 100. Ban becomes distressed when an ally dies for the first time in battle, causing him to lose control and deal damage. So he is triggering. He likes to trigger a lot. Okay, how long we are doing this? Already 11 minutes. I did 4 characters. I will have to speed up, but I just wanted to tell you like this like important part that I know about the characters, and I did try them. Like Ju can go easily into A rank. Now before I was thinking like he might be even S tier, but he's falling off a little bit. Don't get me wrong, he's still a really good character, AoE, DPS, but sometimes like you could miss like everyone. For that, he's the problem. Okay, that's pretty much it. And don't get me wrong, maybe even A+, but for now A. Maybe even A+, but I cannot put him in the same tier as Hatz and Endorsi. Yeah, I'll leave him here. Decreases enemy attack speed and movement speed. That can be really good. Really good. When Ju successfully lands critical with a skill, he applies the rolling ball effect. Magic resistance, so he can be good, but in certain occasions. Now, sorry guys, I have to speed up. Rachel, I mean, I don't want to like, okay. I don't want to like speed it through, like go fast through this, but I don't want to complicate things for the early game tier list and like initial tier list without proper testing yet, okay? I mean, I did test it, all of these characters I'm putting right now, but not enough yet. Rachel summons Lighthouse, like she's really good in, I believe, long term. She's a really good AoE, she can do really good wide range attack. And listen to this. Knocks the enemy down, the compressed Lighthouse decompresses over 2 seconds, growing in size and then increasing her attack by this. You know, she's like buffing herself constantly. Longer she is here, better damages she will do. Okay? Also, as you can see, defense increase. Like she can handle the fight and be a long-term character. Highest defense. Redirecting, yeah. Rachel links with the ally with the highest defense, redirecting 50% of damage she takes to that ally. Rachel defense increases by 20. That's why she's like, but she also like put that damage to others. But Rachel, really good. I will leave her as A+ for now. Okay, now let's speed it up a little bit. Jury. Even though I was really impressed like just like 2 hours ago with that debuffing of like A+ for now, but I believe even A after a while. But she's really good, amazing AoE debuffer, but and really good damage overall. I will leave her as A+ for now. Loze, now all support characters will go into S tier. Listen, Hatz, just because like he is a DPS character, we don't have so much that good DPS, I'll put him in the S. Loze, believe it or not, I want her. I believe, and many people confirmed me, that she's actually astonishing character. Like really good, and can generally save you from a lot of suffering, let me say it like that. So Whirlpool knocks back, removes debuffs from her allies, that's amazing. Restores the HP of 2 allies with the lowest HP. Increase their defense. Amazing. Like for the green element, she will do so much. And look at this. Increase attack of green element by 32%. Loze will definitely go into S tier. Anak also S tier. There'll be many characters in S tier. Like in this game, in the right strategy, you're gonna have really good. Kang, because how good of the... okay, for now A. Although he's like super strong tank, but more testing needed. Maybe I will leave him in A+. I'm actually astonished with him, especially against the fire typing. He's doing a really good job. Okay, Urek, he is like top tier tank, honestly. I'll put him in the S tier. Everyone else, I am not 100% sure because I didn't use everyone. A Craptor, I know he can go in A+ without any problem. For the other guys, we're gonna need to analyze them a little bit more. So Geo, in addition, her attack increased by... So she's a warrior, specialized in using really good green attacker. Because she, like, swiftness increases. That's like, okay, with that she's pretty much buffing herself. And status affinity, interesting character. Misang pummels the enemy with a barrage of fist. Okay. Range damage resistance while this mode is active. Range damage Misang takes it reflected back to the enemy. Needs testing. Dashes towards the enemy at the start of the battle, stunning them. Okay. For like every character that I will put now, take it with a big grain of salt because I didn't tested them out personally. Khan, I can say from the experience, like A+ even. He is a super strong, especially when you get the dupes. I'll put him in the S tier. He's actually like, I tested it out, like a lot of people, top players are using him. Just need duping, so he maximizes everything what he can do with the seals and many other things that this guy is capable of. So I'll put him there. Yeah, for the purple, like purple typing, trust me, like purple and yellow are extremely good, especially now. Because you don't have type advantage against like fire, etc., but still you will take neutral damage. Paralyze, amazing. Sealing. Lighthouse, to create a barrier that lasts for 5 seconds, equal to 400% of his attack. For the ally with the lowest HP, he helps a ton. And buffs the purple, definitely. Buffers go there in the S tier for now. Okay guys, for the rest, I went in full detail with this ones as far. Oh, lore goes between A to S tier. Yellow, I believe easy S tier, right? Who else people like love people using a lot? Like I saw people using love like crazy. So let me just see let me just like double check that. Let me see her. Yeah, she's really good. AoE, wide range attacks, critical rate with the highest attack and their attack speed. Wow, this is amazing, bro. Wait, just because of that passive. Holy sh... Wow, she's amazing. Yellow is a critical rate with the highest, like... Okay, for now, just because I didn't test her out, but A+ at least because of that. No joking. Let's see what else we have. Okay, you... Muscle, he's a tank. Maybe a good tank, but I didn't hear nothing like too crazy of him. So for now, maybe people gonna hate. So people who tried him out, please correct me. Like, I need to test him out, like how much these barriers actually last. I believe he's a tanky, but he doesn't do much for the others. That's why B. But I could be wrong. Anak, yeah, we put her in the S tier. Kim, well, he does to the enemy who attacked him, stunning them. He decreases the defense of the wounded for every stack. Now I don't see him being too valuable, to be honest. Okay, we said we put him in the A+. Mikhail, so he's all about freedom. Oh, assassin, okay. Remove debuffs. For the 10 seconds of adrenaline are active, becomes immune to jolt, stun, debuffs, and his attack increased by 80. By an additional 10 each time he's afflicted with jolt, stun, or debuffs. Paralyze. Disable energy recovery. Wow, he does so much. Mikhail dashes to the enemy in the position mirroring his, dealing 80% of his attack. In addition, apply special poison. Special poison cannot be removed, and target affected by special poison take 40% of his attack. If the target is afflicted with another debuff, special poison is enhanced. Interesting. Needs testing. I would just, based on the information and how I would use him now correctly, I would just put him in the A for now. I wouldn't go like too crazy, although he does a lot. He does a lot. Jolt focuses for 5 seconds. Lighthouse. He jolts targets if their defense is higher than his. Stuns. When the enemy is near, summons a wall. So he's a support to deal damage to nearby enemy, knocking them back. In addition, he decreases their swiftness. Swiftness is like really good thing. Scans the battlefield and decreases all enemies' defense. Enemies with decreases swiftness see an additional 20% decrease of their defense. Bro, he's actually really good. Where did I put him? Who did I? Ro S for now. Honestly, he does a lot. He does a lot, especially for the blue team. He really does a lot. Have in mind, I need to think about the teams also here. Like, the most precise tier list will be in the future when we're gonna be able to, like, for each activity put certain characters and many other stuff. But it's an initial tier list, so it's gonna be fine. Font, assassin. Quant increase. Okay, I'm now reading it by myself, sorry. Quant jumps towards the enemy. He creates dark area. Swiftness. See, he's fast character. With the lowest HP, then he deals the damage, so he will be focusing on the lower HP characters. Good, not bad. Quant blocks the light. Every 10 seconds, applying blackfish for 4 seconds. His EVA increased by 120 while black. Okay, what did we say? Like dodging. So he will have that kind of like survivability. A for now. Trust me, A plus S characters, all good. It could be like different places. This is just the beginning. So just don't worry about that. Ranged teammate specialist picking lone enemies. So this is Quan Hassung. Okay. Oh, Hassung invincibility, good. While he's using the skill, draws a spear and throws it at like this invincibility while he's using a skill like Endorsi, it's really good. Like, it could literally kill you while you're using it most of the time, but then you have like that additional time. The spear then explodes and Shibisu deal to... Okay, fine. Borrow someone else to extend his attack. The skill increases Hassung basic attack. Gains combo stacks upon attacking the enemy. Every 10 combo hits, Hassung recovers energy equal to 20 times to the number of combo hits, and his special moves attack coefficient increased by 10%, 100%. The combo effect increase up to 40 hits. The so okay, needs testing. Like, we cannot say nothing like too special about this, but from everything what I read, A tier. Maybe even better, needs testing, maybe I'm wrong. Okay, Blarode, let's actually see who else we have. Culdren is attacker, silences, swings, sending the enemy airborne, immune, fine again. Culdren jumps and smashes the ground with his hammer, silencing them. Okay. Further increases his physical resistance by 40 and magic resistance by 40. So he's actually a really good like blue attacker, like when you're gonna need some like tankiness and attack DPS on blue team, but I wouldn't go beyond that. Honk is amazing, guys. AoE crazy character for the blue team, S tier. Let's see other. Gank, we said about him. Cuatro. Okay, let's check how. Random drop 7 fireballs. Fireballs are guaranteed to result in critical hits when targets are struck multiple times. Critical damage increases by 20 with each consecutive hit. Becomes immune. Okay, barrier. Enemies that touch the ring of fire take 120% of his damage as damage every second. In addition, his attack increases by 40 while the ring of fire is active. Okay. A. Somewhat A. Blarode. I didn't hear about him much. Finds the optimal attack, dealing 200. So he's attacker, blue typing, dealing 200% of his attack as damage 8 times and sending them airborne. Targets sent airborne have their recovery amount decreased. Explosive mine, reducing their sweetness. The mine explodes at the end of the duration, dealing 400% of his attack as damage to the nearby enemy. If the target is isolated, the explosion is enhanced. There is so many things here happening that it's really hard to even like. This is like a really early initial tier list, so it's really hard to analyze without actually trying the character multiple times. I don't find him nothing too special. A rank. Jury, we said about her. Lore, we said. Loze, we said. Geo, we said. Moonlove. Why I put him in the ass? Because I see a lot of people using him. But I'm still not determined. Summons a pitching machine that has 160% of his stats and deals 600% of his attack as damage. The pitching machine lasts for 7 seconds and prioritizes attacking Mulov targets. Oh yeah, I understand now. This is incredible because you're pretty much luring your enemies that they attack that. Mulov writes blue ore to distance himself from the attacker. He then creates a barrier. So beautiful. Wow, he sounds like a tank. Max HP and increasing his attack. Draw ball, blah blah blah. Stun. Okay, and this is important. Passives are important. Change the pitching style based on the number of enemies. Cut fastball for more targets. Mule basic attacks deal 80% of his attack as damage to the enemies near the target. Slider 2-3 attacks. Mulov's critical hit rate increases and his basic attacks never miss. Fastball, the attack coefficient of Mulov's basic attack, which never miss, increased by 16% and his attack speed increased. Okay, he can stay where it is. Amazing green character. Speedster, Assassin, Swiftness, Swift Attack, Teleports, gain Eva, fine, good, nothing like too crazy, but A rank. Let's see, few more characters and we're done. Dede, that's like SR. Let's see what else we have. Did we saw him? Yes. Yes, yes. We said amazing character. Michael, interesting. Need testing. Yellowy, amazing. Omega charts. Anak, Kim, Prince we didn't. Okay, so attacker again. Purple like purple, yellow, they might be like super broken later on. Prince deploys a triple field around himself, dealing 620% of his attack as damage and decreasing the swiftness of the enemy target. Swiftness, when you see decrease, immediately amazing. And it's AoE. When the triple field disappears, his lighthouse explodes. Good. Prince stabs the enemy, dealing this amount of damage, decreasing magic resistance. Good if you're fighting against people who can do magic stuff. Nearby enemies, then decreasing their magic resistance again. Fired up when HP, so he gets crazy after his HP goes below 30, removing debuffs and status effects and activating New Prince mode for 10 seconds. New Prince mode increase his defense by 200 and his attack by 200. Now, only problem that I have with him, although he looks like really interesting, like his passive is only working then, and most of the characters has passive that work constantly, but I believe his passive is so freaking good that he will have survivability and he will be doing amazing damage. Again, decreasing magic resistances, so only for the characters that can do like magic and not physical attacks can resist. So in that way he's A+ in my eyes, because it's a little bit like you cannot use him everywhere and constantly. Okay, we go to the left. Ghost. Ghost. A tank. Recovers HP to nearby enemies. Okay. Decreases the enemy magic resistance. Okay, provoking the enemy. Increasing magic resistance. Ghost recovers, okay, upon critical rate. Ghost, I am not impressed. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not impressed with him. Okay, I need to go to the left. This is support. Attaches itself to the ally with the lowest HP, blocking all skill attacks 3 times. In addition, it's dealing damage. Finds the enemy weakness, decreasing their defense. Oh, she's a sneaky. Stealing the energy and everything else, stealing the energy. Every time uses a skill, the ally with the highest attack recovers. Whew. Yo, she's super good in my eyes. Like which typing she is? Oh, purple. You know what? I'll put her for now into S. She's like super good. What I can see, like Endorsi, we're done. Rachel, we're done. Quan, we're done. We just need 2 more. Crafted, so a little bit range, a teammate, like range attacks. His critical rate by 40, critical damage by 80. If inflicted with fear at any time during combat, he immediately removes it. Increase critical rate. Oh, this guy will be a critting machine in some way. Bomb gun, each dealing this. Fine. He deals additional damage as a critical hit to the enemies hit by both bombs, stunning them. Critical damage increase for every yellow element ally at the start when taking fatal damage in the battle for the first time. He's revived after 5 seconds with 80% of his max HP. Whoa. Wow. Wow. S tier. Easy. Wow, so many S tier characters, right? But honestly, most of the characters are decent. Even maybe some of them I underrated them. It is possibility, who knows? Dealing 1000% of his attack and damage to all allies in his path. Upon hitting 3 or more targets with Getang Shuriken, this skill also resets Feather Boost cooldown. 1000 multiplier? That's like the biggest multiplier I've seen. Okay, attack speed increasing. Magic resistance. Let's see passive. Innate hardiness immediately removes debuffs from him that dealt constant damage, and his attack speed increases by 80. A plus what I saw, maybe even better. But guys, I really put an effort. It's hard for now to say precisely, practically impossible. Maybe for the whales. Whales can like, because they have already like crazy amount of the characters and everything else, so they can test them properly. Like I said, take it with a grain of salt. This is my experience, my analysis for now. Many characters are really good, and I believe like all 3 categories, S and A plus are better, but A is really good, and B, maybe I underrated them, but I don't find them nothing too special from the paper. That's it, guys. Yeah, like I said, I tried to keep it short, but it's like 35 minutes. But this is it. Finally, the SSR tier list of Tower of God New World is out there. I will keep you updated. The global release in few days. This is just initial tier list. I want to see your comments, because like with your comments I always do afterwards even better tier list, and we just perfect it at the end of the day. I'm not a whale. I cannot spend money now currently because it's Philippines stuff, right? I need to wait for the fish, so I cannot push that one level and everything else, so I can actually try many more characters. But for me right now, I believe it's pretty good. That's it. Love ya and bye.